you are looking to get started writing smart contracts for Ethereum or any EVM blockchain, I like starting with Remix. So if you go to remix.ethereum.org, it pulls up this IDE. You can create new files, folders, things like that here. So I have a .sol file. This is Solidity. This is the smart contract language that Ethereum and again all the EVM chains run. So like Polygon, Optimism, all of those blockchains run. Got some information at the top. I have the start of the contract. This one is just storing information. So I have a mapping. You have an address, and the address is going to be connected to a hash, which is going to be 32 bytes of this hash that we're going to calculate later. And this is just the information. So we have add record. So this adds information for a specific address. Already computed hash in the second function here, we can compute this hash using the KEKAK256 function. It's like SHA. It's a SHA-3 like hashing function, one-way encryption. And so this simply returns the result if we put in some raw data, a raw string of information. And then, so I would call the second function first, get the bytes, get the 32 bytes, and then I would call the first function to add that to the blockchain, add that information there. And then this third function is for checking that information. So anyway, let's, the third function I put in the address and then the information as a raw string, and then this checks whether or not it matches the hash that somebody else had added or I had added. So let's get to see how this works. So here, even if I just hit Control Save, it automatically compiles. If you see here on the left, we got a green check. Everything was all right. Or you can, manually hit this button to compile. And so then here at the very bottom, this is, I want to actually deploy this onto the blockchain. And so currently this is just a version of the blockchain that Remix runs, but there is a way to connect this to a wallet, and using a different wallet, you can then deploy these contracts on any blockchain that your wallet can connect to. I can do that in a different video, but yeah, let's just see how this works. So I can hit deploy. We have a deployed contract here at the bottom. So this is, we have our function add record, call KEKAK256, this hashing function, call my check record, function, or simply look at what the information function is. This is, or data is, that's this mapping that I have up here. So let's do this. So I am going to add some information that maybe I don't want everybody to know what it is. I don't want to publicize this. This is why we're going to turn it into a hash. This is, let's call this somebody's name and address. We're putting them John Doe 123 Main Street. I call this KEKAK function and I get this result, this hash output. I'm going to copy this. We're going to add this as a record. So let me put that in there. I'm just going to grab a wallet address over here to put in here. So for this person's wallet address, I'm saying this is the information that corresponds with it. So I'm going to transact. I'm going to submit that to the blockchain. We got a check mark here, so that submitted correctly. If I can double check that this is there, so if I look at the mapping for this person's address, then if I call, simply the variable, I see that there is a result that is the result that we had put in. But now if I was somebody else, so maybe this is personal information, a trusted source has uploaded it, but now me as the client, I want to go to someone and say, yes, this is my address. You can check the records, check the blockchain for the records. So I put in my address, and then I'm going to put in the information as I know what it is. I can call the function. We see it's true. This is the information that was listed for my address. Again, on the blockchain, all that they have is this hash, so nobody else kind of knows what it is. And then this hash is very specific, right? If I were to put a comma here, this would come up as false. This no longer integrates, or no longer I put a period here, right? This no longer hashes into the exact hash that is stored. So anyway, this is kind of a quick example. I want to store information that is private and then allow people to verify that the information is theirs. I obviously would want to add a lot more security features if I was actually using this, restrict who's allowed to add or edit information, maybe a function to delete records as well, things like that. But this is kind of just a proof of concept. If you are interested in learning more, I have a link to Remix in the description. I have a link to some resources on learning Solidity, so you can write code in Solidity, and then I have this contract itself as it's written here on my GitHub. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Comment below if you've got questions, if you make anything kind of cool. Yeah, just let me know.